fam, Leesiamonay here, your favorite TV personality, social media influencer. And boy, do we have a treat for you on my show, Faith It Through. Yes, you guessed it, this is our second season, guys. And what's happening now is we have a new mini-series popping on Faith It Through. You see it, Impactful Men. So my first guest on this series is Mr. Sheldon Bailey. Yep, one of the NBA 2K vets. If you NBA 2K, then you know him as ATM. He only doubles for LeBron James. And on Nickelodeon, he played Ruthless on Henry Danger and Game Shakers. From Shameless to NCIS to the Mindy project, this man has been everywhere and making an impact every place that he plants his feet. Yeah, we're about to have a lot of fun on this episode. Get ready to get impacted, laugh a lot a bit, learn about mental health, the keys to following your dreams, and best of all, how to faith it through. Tune in and get your mind right. It's Leesiamonay, my favorite TV personality, social media influencer, aka the Wealth Connector, and I am so excited about the awesome man of impact that I have on my show today. Listen, when I say impact, Mr. Sheldon Bailey, Big Shell, as some people call him, and this man has some serious impact. He's an amazing father, a professional basketball player, a great publisher. I did learn that. I didn't know that about you. I was digging all in your business. And on NBA 2K, and basketball is the best game ever. But anyways, on NBA 2K, he is also ATM. So you have a big heart for helping people, and I admire that. What's going on? How are you doing? Where are you at?
Thank you. Feeling really good. I'm currently in Los Angeles right now. I've been in and out of town, just working on various things, but I just took my son to high school this morning, dropped him off, and then just kind of taking care of some local LA business stuff today.
Okay, so I know you're doing some big dad things. I know you're a proud father. I just have to ask, that strong athletic gene and the entertainment gene that you have, how strong is it in your legacy?
It's very strong. My son is really talented and very creative. And then my daughter Sage is, she's amazingly just hilarious and fun and kind. She's a performer. So I have a basketball player and son who loves art, and then I have a singer, dancer who just loves to just perform and put on. So as far as they're concerned, those two are they're developing really well and making me very proud.
I much respect for that. Kids, they make us proud. So let's talk a little bit of wellness now. Apparently you're fit. Duh. But how important is mental health, physical, and spiritual wellness to you?
It's very important to me. And as I've gotten older, I see more of a connectedness to the health and wellness and well-being and calmness. And, just a combination of a variety of things. But fitness definitely helps keep my stress levels down a bit. Sometimes I feel kind of anxious, or I get anxious or whatever, and exercising and basketball and stuff like that definitely help calm me down and keep my mind focused on things.
Okay, good. So it kind of ties into my second question. Like when you have those moments, I don't say days, I don't claim that, but those moments aren't so favorable for you. So what are the key things that you do to get yourself in good spirits, like uplift yourself?
Just kind of tell myself that things are fine and just taking a moment, because a lot of the worry that we have that we put on ourselves sometimes is unnecessary. And so I like to take a moment, moments of clarity, and relaxation, and to try to find a solution to a thing instead of acting out or being, really stressful or angry or things like that. These are some of the emotions that I have been working on controlling as I've gotten older. You know what I mean? So less tantrums of being frustrated or mad and things like that. I really try to find more clarity and solutions in issues.
That's a good deal. Good deal. A lot of that's emotional intelligence. So I have much respect for that.
It is very important. That is a good term, and I think it needs to be used even more often, because a lot of people are kind of avoid emotional intelligence, or we don't exercise it the way that we should. And that's the thing. Kind of growing up in the environment that I grew up in Fayetteville, I felt like it was very combative. Growing up, we got into like a lot of arguments over just things that I feel like are trivial and don't really make any sense. So with that, I reckon over time I recognized how I felt, and I recognized what it was doing to myself and my relationships with people. So I was like, how about we calm down?
It's good that you acknowledge it. Some people don't, like you said, it's whatever. But that shows a great deal of the type of person you are to realize that. So that's a really beautiful thing, really beautiful. So you said that your grandma, hallelujah, she was in the Lord and in the Word, so apparently you had a tap of faith in your life or some type of experience. What part did faith play in what you're doing in your life? Like where you were to where you're at now?
The support I've gotten from my family and friends means everything. And that has strengthened my faith and my belief in what I'm doing and in myself. But as I get older, I have more and more examples of when I have not been let down, when faith has, I've stood strong. And so I have so many different examples of when, at these times when I may have been worried or I may have been stressed, right? And then it works out, a lot of situations where, things work out, or, sometimes maybe like money might be low, right? Or there's like a business decision that I may or may not really want to do, you know what I mean? And just kind of like believing in my work and the position I've put myself in and past experience, like knowing that, you know what? It's all good. It's going to be fine. Like, usually is. I mean, and then even if it's not fine, like what exactly what are the repercussions that we're facing?
It lifts a burden from you when you think like that. It lifts weight off of you.
It does. A lot of this stuff, most of it, I don't know what the percentage is, but a lot of it's perspective.
When is the point where you felt like I'm really doing this thing, like you're truly walking in your purpose, when that aha moment clicked, like this is really happening?
It's happened at different moments in my life. But I felt that way pretty comfortable for a while. But I'm still driven to do bigger and better things and more things. But I have finally accepted what it is that I do and what I have done to this point, regardless to my own personal feelings of how big I am or what level I really could or should be on. I have achieved a lot of things that that I am proud of. And so there's probably been like a couple basketball situations where I was like, whoa, like, this is real. Or a couple acting situations like, holy crap, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, we're really doing this right here.
ATM, like how did that come about? How did you, I'm not gonna say stumble, I'm gonna say how that door was open.
ATM was a combination of business, talent and meeting business and opportunity. I was body doubling for LeBron James for the commercial for NBA 2K. I got the body double job because from a guy from a basketball league I was playing in who also worked for an ad agency. And so he knew that I had body double for LeBron. And then so their company came into this job. And so he came to me. And so then I negotiated my deal to go down to Miami to body double for LeBron for a couple of days for like $5,000, right?
Right.
And then so on the set, because I usually would get residuals for this, but then they were saying that they weren't actually going to use my body in the final edit, but they definitely needed me. So it was cool. So it was all good. But I partnered up with the president of NBA 2K there. His name was Mike Reinhardt. And Mike and I hit it off on set, and I followed up once we got back from Miami, and we emailed a little bit for a few months. Not like every day, it was just like a few times. And then like after like a few months, the opportunity came up for me to audition for the lead role in NBA 2K, which is my player. So whenever you play the video game, is you can look however you want, but it's my voice and my body movement, right? So we worked on that for a few months, and the director and I became friends, right? So there's been a lot of jobs I've tried for that I didn't get, but the jobs that I have gotten have gone very well, and people love me and they call me back. So me and Chris Paperniak became buddies, and he put me in a movie after that. He did his first independent movie, and he put me in the movie. And the movie had Lakeith Stanfield, who's like freaking on fire right now. It was just nominated for an Oscar. It had starred Mackenzie Davis, who was most recently in the Terminator movie. She's like the main girl in the Terminator.
Okay, yeah.
And she's in another big comedy rom-com. Anyways, superstar girl. But a lot of other people like Carrie Coon, who's like in Avengers and all these other projects. So he put me in this movie. Movie was somewhat successful, got a bit of a cult following to it, and that went well. We went to film festivals, hung out. So I made sure to show up to the film festivals and all that. Like I took part of the experience, and it was dope. We went to Napa Valley, and I'm hanging out with Mackenzie Davis and Haley Joel Osment, Haley Joel Osment is the kid from Sixth Sense. As everybody knows, I see dead people, right?
Right.
That's Haley Joel. But Haley Joel been working since he's like 30-year career guy. Like he's been working since he was a kid. Like he hasn't been doing projects as high profile as like Sixth Sense and what was the other one? IQ or AI. AI is the movie. But anyways, so I'm just running around with these people. I'm like, yo, like I'm really on some Hollywood star stuff right now. Like we out here. So when we was like getting shuttled back and forth, like because Lexus sponsors the event. So everybody rode in the Lexus everywhere. You know what I mean? So we was just on one at the Napa Valley. And then so I got really cool with some wine owners up there and everything. But anyways, what I'm saying is we had a good time. Me and Chris, we bonded. Like our cast, we bonded, right? And then next thing you know, there was a character that was written in 2K. He was like, Shell, I want you to read for this part. Well, it wasn't even, I don't even think I auditioned. They said they wanted me to be ATM. And it was like, they think this is great for you. Like you can kill this role. And then so I got ATM. And then ATM's been in the game 4 times. And it's just been crazy because it all started from like being a body double in Miami, and then it led to this, and then it led to that, and that. Now like I'm like a video game legend and stuff. Like
yes. You got that favor. That favor. Yes, Lord. You have a really, really big heart. You know, I see you like to help people and you want like make a difference in people's lives. Can you share about a few of the things that you do to help the communities or people that you care about?
Well, number one, I like to be as positive and optimistic as possible. So I'm a person that sees a lot of opportunity and talent in people, and so I like to be encouraging. So I think number one is like I walk in encouragement, like for real. And some people sometimes think I might seem gullible or maybe a little like in fantasy world with some of the things that I believe that people can achieve. But when I look at myself and the things I've achieved and some of the things I've underachieved, I'm like, man, we can do it. So that's number one. But then, like, you know, just being willing to lend a helping hand to put your best foot forward for other people, you know, seizing certain moments of charity, things like that. He's saying, like, actually, like, what, like, I work with a variety of people. Somebody last year was like, okay, they're doing entertainment for basically the homeless community in Los Angeles. And so I went to the theater and I performed. And I was like one of the artists and actors, and it was like, you know, a theater full of, you know, homeless people for real who seemed to enjoy the show. But at that same place, partnered with this restaurant, they decided to provide 2,000 lunches. Oh, and I went back there in the kitchen, and you know, we prepared and we wrapped them up, and I served. You know what I'm saying? I served. You know, maybe I was part of serving 2,000 lunches and preparing them. You know, just something I did on, you know, a couple hours one day, just in my, you know, spare time.
You don't mind though. It seems that you don't mind giving that helping hand when it's needed.
No, I don't. We gave away 9 pallets of water recently, which is somewhere like a few thousand bottles of water. Mm-hmm. You know, and I physically actually went and moved the pallets with a truck and unloaded them and gave them to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind actually using my presence or my celebrity or whatever the case, but I actually really don't. I really actually enjoy the physical labor of actually helping people. Like let's say, what is it, Houses for Humanity? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would really get down there and like help build the house. Like, let's do it.
I like that. That's a good deal. Good deal. So
I'm 6'6", 250 pounds. Like, I should be using this physicality to help some people. It's okay.
Right, when you're 6'6", right?
6'6".
That's so disrespectful. My dad's 6'6", so I already know where you're at. So good deal. So you are an encourager. So I want to ask what, you know, well, matter of fact, before I even go to encouragement, I want you to tell me now I think you're in your 30s. So what your 30-year-old self or whatever age you are at the moment would tell your 18-year-old self?
To calm down.
Yeah.
Relax, dog. It ain't that serious. Relax, bro. Yep. I suffered with anxiety issues in college. I never talked to anybody about it. It's just something that I just kind of struggle with. And I just remember the headspace I was in back then. And sometimes it was hard for me to navigate through some issues, especially dealing with college basketball and the amount of stress that college basketball performance anxiety created for me. Yeah, I just used to be very frustrated and stressed a lot. Enough so that I honestly believe that I had manifested some physical illness for myself because of the amount of stress I think I created. I felt that I was under, that I created in my mind for myself. It was very hard for me to relax sometimes.
Well, I'm glad that your mindset is different now. So, and then that what you just shared, someone's probably going through the same thing. So they know, you can shift, and you can not necessarily outgrow that, but you can get rid of those things that no longer serve you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. That was the headspace that I was in, but that's how I knew how to deal with it, with the consciousness that I had at the time. You understand?
Mm-hmm. For my viewers, what words of encouragement do you have for them?
Words of encouragement. I think that we should give ourselves more credit for the things that we have accomplished, the things that we get done every day. I think we need to give ourselves a little more credit, some more pats on our back, And there's no reason why you can't feel good. It's just don't. We have different circumstances and different issues that we have to deal with, but I think a lot of it also relies on our perspective. And sometimes whenever you're able to take a moment and a step away from it and reanalyze that thing from a different angle, I feel like a lot of the times, like, you can find a better fresh look that should help you, feel better about some things.
The words that you just shared inspired me as well. Whether you knew it or not, you know it now. I just know that there's more, better, and greater for you. And what you're doing, the heart that you have, that you're going to continue to elevate. And that's going to be amazing, just to see where you were, where you're at, and where you're going. So God really has favor on your life. He really has a hand on your life. So continue to be that encouraging person and speak life and provide that value to people that they need, because in this time, a lot of people are heartbroken and in despair. So the little things that you do, it does make a big difference in people's life, So hold true, faith it through, and just keep being you. So that's my encouragement to you. So I'm excited. Let's stay connected. I appreciate you. Faith it through. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Hey fam, Leesiamonay here, aka The Wealth Connector. This is a call to all millennials. One thing I know about us is we are searching for ways to understand how to make a lot of money, enjoy our time, and our freedom. Time is moving really fast. In reality, we don't want to wait until our 60s to just start living or possibly being awarded Social Security. Pensions are almost obsolete. Retirement saving plans, they are okay, but they got limitations. And Robinhood is not the investment platform that you need for wealth. Let's get real. Most of us truly do not understand money or even how to make it work for us. Because if we did, then most of us would be living life on our terms. Yeah, we know how to save money, but saving money doesn't make money. And that's what I'm here for, to put you on a financial educational train. I will be dropping wealth nuggets that will shift your mindset and your money. Only tune in if you don't like the amount of commas in your bank account, or if you want to increase them. If you're ready to obtain wealth and invest in your best life and serious, go ahead and text Mob Squad to the number provided.